Greetings, beautiful humans, and welcome to I Am Powered by Love TV. This is your soulmate soul scopes, where your Akashic Records, your soul books, meet your zodiac. Now, many of you may not be really familiar with the Akashic Records. Well, this is your soul's journey through evolution in time. So the timing of this video is really important for the message that you are about to receive. These are channeled messages from your soul, your angels, your guides, your crossover loved ones, and your ascended masters. We use tarot and oracle cards just to connect and communicate with you. So watching the message all the way through is super important, because as a medium and a channel, it's likely that some of these messages may be very specific. And since we're channeling for an entire zodiac, sometimes your loved ones or maybe an ancestor may have a specific message just for you. And so if you don't watch it all the way through, you may miss a very important channeled message. So your arrival at this channel and this message may be the timing that you need it. And because we're channeling for an entire zodiac, each situation and circumstance may not resonate with you, but you may pick up a few ways to go about your situation and circumstances. And don't forget to jump to the timestamps, because all decans will be separated by your timestamp. So don't forget, check your timestamps. So now, let's get ready for your Soulmate Soul Scopes reading.
Welcome all my Cancer friends, and a happy new year to you guys here. Welcome to 2021. We're going to start off our Soulmate Soul Scopes reading here, as you can see, just a little differently. What we're bringing into now is an element of our soul journey, our soul growth, what we're going to be going through. So we're going to do that reading first. Make sure you get that, because it will set up for the remainder of our Soulmate Soul Scopes. And we're also going to be doing these energies from the 1st to the 15th. So let's go ahead with my Cancer friends and jump into our reading. Cancer friends, welcome. So we're going to be going over our soul growth, our soul journey here for the 2 weeks, but this is also going to pertain for the month, I believe. So we're going to start here with our soul growth lesson here. That's going to be this. This is our pre-shuffle deck here for you guys. So we have indecision. This is definitely something for you guys here that we're going to have to overcome. They're saying being able to finalize and have an intention in the decisions that we make, and understanding all the areas and all the repercussions on how we make these decisions. So that's definitely something that we're going to have to overcome and see how, because they're saying there's going to be some things that pop up here in these 2 weeks that's going to have to allow us to overcome this here. And now the second deck here is going to be talking about our ability. One of the things that we learned, our soul's ability, our soul skill, something that we've developed here that help us along this journey here. And we have the Air Guardian. Shift your perception. Boom, right along with it. This is beautiful. This is something that they're saying you guys have recently stepped into within the last 2 years here, of understanding all areas and trying to see the bigger picture here. And so this is really going to be a time for you guys to use this ability to be able to have a good perspective on all areas in making your decisions here in this upcoming 2021 2-week season. Now, this is the healing path. Okay, this is going to be the path of that we're going to be. That's going to help us aid, kind of like our how. So this is going to be the healing path of how going about learning this lesson, overcoming this soul lesson here. And we have the gift of connection in the crown chakra, and I love that for you guys as well, because these two come right on time, right in time for you guys here, of being able to set up for the year. Now the gift of connection, that is talking about the connection to your higher self. It is in the crown chakra, but it's also talking about connection with a human connection, and your more empathic, intuitive self here, being able to see those things and know exactly where it is and what things we need to do and say to make the proper decision here. So this is definitely going to help us learn this lesson and grow, because this is definitely a big key. They're saying this is a big key, that if we can get this down here in the first month here, this will allow us to flow through 2021 making right decisions from all areas and all aspects in our love and relationships and our career and stability and the way we want to manifest and how we see ourselves growing, and definitely with our ability to have a broader perspective on things, and diving into these abilities and that path and growth will allow you to overcome this lesson here. So, all my Cancer friends, that is going to be your soul growth lesson here. Now, go ahead and choose your decan, jump to your decan 1, decan 2, or decan 3, and those will be in the timestamps, will be in the description box below. So let's get started.
Greeting all my Cancer friends. Happy New Year. And welcome to your Soulmate Soulscopes. I'm Demi, and this is going to be for all my Cancer Decan 1s whose birthdays are from June 21st to July 1st. And let's go ahead and get started. We'll do that. All right, all my Cancers. Feeling the wide-eyed optimism of opportunity. And looking to take advantage of the energy waves while you can ride it. Let's see here. Okay, so there's a need for clarity right now. You're feeling great about and optimistic, but it appears to be euphoric in nature. So we have escalating highs, and what they're telling me is that because this is based on feeling and unfounded intentions, you have the highest height in optimism right now, but there is no grounding and no roots to root this in. So you're going back and forth in a different type of way. You soar really high momentarily, but then you plummet down into despair when things don't go your way. And so this where you are right now is this is the effect of being certain that things are going to work out, but you're not seeing the timeliness and synchronicities and understanding how they work. And so what happens is when they don't come the way that you want them, as when you want them, you feel like a failure, and then you go into the deepest pits of despair and victimization and back into a lack consciousness. And they want you to begin healing this now and working together with them into a more long-term union of getting things done. Because when you can do this, you will see the result of exuberance, a real joy, but more in a more humbled way of knowing that you put your all into it in an authentic way, and in a way where you are trusting the universe to support you and to bring you the abundance and the affluence of everything. Because when you work for it based on your own will and what you think you want, without having a stable, grounded, and rooted intention, then you'll be able to have the wellspring of life overtake you. And then you can sit on the mountaintop and enjoy and bask in the bliss of all that you're creating. And so now they need you to do a little clear thinking here. Excuse me. And if you haven't seen it or didn't watch it, this is a good time for you to go back and look at the gift, because the air guardian was your gift and talent, something that you've developed in more clarity and thinking and perceiving and being able to step outside of a situation and look at it from a higher perspective and a different vantage point, because this is where you want to go and this is what you need to do to get there. And so, and they also need you to be in your authentic self. So here's what's happening is that you're going back and forth because you're not really connected to the truth of who you are. And you need to be able to see where and how to become that. Because last year you had many stellar peaks of living in this authentic space where you were soaring and everything was coming to you, and then you would step right out and feel like, okay, well, this didn't come all the way to fruition, and woe is me, and the victim card came out. And they need you to bring clarity here. They need you to bring clarity here. Not only speaking your truth and your heart, but to also clarify the beliefs and the intentions so that you are able to smooth the transition as the vibration is moving in your life towards abundance and aligning back to you, so that it can come quickly without so many bumps, without so many challenges, without having to go through something to get it. And you are going to start seeing more clearly where these points and places are that you need to release that are keeping you from the fluidity of it all. And it's because there's some hesitations and there's some fears in there that are keeping you from this. So they need you to clarify and remove the fears and the doubts and the what ifs, and if I could see it, and if I know how it's going to turn out. These things have to stop, and you're starting to see it from this higher vantage point also. The messages that are coming for what you need to do and to hold the faith, but to clarify. And they're backing this up even more by saying, what's your why? Why do you want this relationship? Is it so that you can get wrapped up in it and have this person live, so you can live vicariously through them, so you can say that you want that you're now married and now you're meeting the status quo? Is it because family thinks that you should get married? Is it because you're getting older and you think that's what you should have done, or why hasn't it happened yet? What's your why? And all of this is asking you to be able to bring this together in a clear picture. Stop living in the back and forthness of oh, we're together and I'm so in love, and then it doesn't work out and no one ever loves me. You go into this deep state and they need you to stabilize now, and you can see all that right here. It's live and in color because this is what you're hoping for. This is what you're wishing for, but it's not a desire, nor is it an intention that is grounded in anything tangible. And in order to move the mountain that stands before you and the relationship, and in between you and the abundance of what you want to do in your life, career, purpose, money, stability, you're going to have to figure these parts out. You're going to have to express your authentic voice, but you're going to have to see it first. And these messages are coming from your soul. They're also all around you, moving, and you're seeing them, but only in quick glimpses. So you're not catching the message. You're not receiving the answers, and your soul is also talking. So these are coming out in dreams, and you're feeling it, and you're recognizing it a little bit more clearly. But it's because sometimes when you go into the depths of despair and feeling victim, or the place where lack consciousness has taken hold and you feel defeated, you're not being authentic to who you are. It's because your why isn't there. Okay? So this is what they want you to do. Is this isn't so much of reinventing the wheel and being a maverick. This is about understanding what is working and what is not, and let the old things fall away. And although it says by the book, this isn't necessarily about conformity either. This is about being the most authentic expression of who you are right now, and then following that truth that will lead you to happy. Because you're not hearing yourself or receiving the messages clearly, and this is what's going to have to be done in order to gain the outcome, because you've put a big mountain. It's a huge mountain, actually. It's Grand Canyon in size, without the necessary tools to actually scale it and cross over it. And so the support that is needed to get over and through this current moment of challenge and opposition is to get in line. What I love is that these elephants are in a line, and they're saying you're going to have to get in alignment with what you truly deserve and understand the intention that you are trying to get manifested, because there's a lot more at stake here. And each one of these elephants, they're saying, resembles a part of things that you have to get in line with. And those things could simply be vibration, the law of resonance, and the law of cause and effect. You have to understand that when you go back and forth, you put a stall on the universe. So understanding universal law, but also conforming to what it is that you truly want, and stop giving up when it doesn't work, and then spending so much time into the depths of the darkness that you get trapped in a labyrinth of the deepest, darkest parts. And then by then, what was coming to you has just stalled due to the heavier, denser fears that are associated with it. So then it can't come. And so then it just sits there piling up, and then you got to tear down and break down all the fears and all the vibration just to start all over again. It's better to surrender, is also what I'm hearing for by the book. It's time to surrender those places and those deepest fears, and bring forward the self-love. So we still got a little bit of work to do, Decan 1, to get to the happy, and the success and the accolades and the achievements and the connections that you want to grow in 2021. All right, Decan 1, we got a little bit of ground to cover, but we want you to stay tuned and keep up with that soul growth, so you can understand the cycle that your soul is in and what lesson that you are trying to learn. We want to grow, and we want to be able to attract, draw, create, manifest what it is we deeply desire and what we deserve this year. So if this resonates with you and you are going through this challenge, we want you to drop one of these emojis and let everyone know that you watched it all the way through, but also let us know with additional comments what resonated with you. We want to grow together with you in 2021. And if this did resonate with you, we want you to subscribe and then hit the like notification so that you can get all of our great content here at I Am Powered by Love TV. I'm Demi. I will see you next time at your Soulmate Soulscopes. Namaste.
Welcome in, my Cancer Decan 2 friends. Thank you for choosing I Am Powered by Love TV. We're going to go ahead and get started with our Soulmate Soulscope readings here. The energies from the 1st to the 15th. Also, your birthdays are from July 2nd to the 12th. And if you haven't yet, make sure you go ahead and go through that energy reading, that soul growth reading here in the beginning. It does help set up the remainder of this reading. So let's get started. My Cancer Decan 2 friends, let's go ahead and get started with our Soulmate Soulscope reading here. I'm hearing a lot about love already. Why haven't they asked for a deeper connection? You guys are trying to get a lot of growth in the connectivity with your current relationship, and those are seeking for deeper relationships. This is where we're at here right now in our energies, and beginning of the year here. So it is time to go. It is time to move forward. It is a time to change here. These two I like that are right next to each other here is cleaning it up. So it is really time to clean up this old act, this old way of being, all of our old habits that no longer serve us. Kind of doing a little spring cleaning, a little beginning spring cleaning early for you guys here in the beginning of 2021 to really take a look at our habits, the things that have controlled the way we are, the way we think, the way we think about love, and the way that we actually engage in loving relationships, right? A lot of you guys here tend to surrender your time and your energy for the other person and don't feel like you ever get anything back. You don't feel like, you're waiting for this. Well, where is this loving connection? Where is this coming from back? I do all this and all this and all this for this person, but I never feel like I actually receive the love, and you're not sure where it's coming from. And so it is a time for you to go into yourself. Like it says right here, there is no place like home. And the reason why this is reversed is because we haven't spent time at our own home. We have all these cluttered things, and we have to go into it and actually, okay, this needs to go here. I need to reorganize this space. My living room's a mess. My kitchen's a mess. All these places in our internal state are just all over the place because we've been giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and haven't been able to really sit down and say, well, what do I need to gain love? What do I need to really bring this self-love to myself? What do I deserve? What do I really want with myself first? Then, as we begin to settle these things and clean things up and really take control as we take the stand for ourselves, then we'll be able to allow this love to come in. And I love that the thinker came out here for you guys, because this is really what you guys are doing is thinking and pondering over exactly what it is, right? We have to stand in a point of gratitude and know that we are blessed here. And seeing how much we can give is exactly how much that you deserve and that you need to bring into your life here in 2021 in the beginning of these energies. It is a big change, right? It is a big time for you to internalize and see these things within ourselves, okay? So as we begin to clean up our house and fill it with our blessings, the things that we are grateful for, the things that we love, the things that we are passionate about, and our desires, this will allow you to really open yourself up to saying, you know what, I deserve a loving connection that goes both ways. So the relationship that you're in right now, they want you to take a look at how it's coming about. And if you have to have these conversations, clean that up. Talk to them about it. Say, hey, I need this, I need this. Don't wait for it to be reciprocated, because they are thinking, wow, they really give me a lot. They really are doing a lot for me at this point. They must be satisfied, must be happy, but you're keeping all this internalized. So being able to communicate here and actually think exactly what it is that you need will allow you to actually strengthen yourself and your self-worth and your self-confidence. And it's a fear because you feel like if you do, the person that you love is going to run away. You feel like you're going to shut them out. And you feel like it's going to just crumble things, and you like the way things are going. So you really need to take that time to go back into the home and really set this intention. Really find out who you are first, so that way you can come from a space of self-love, self-gratitude, a space of understanding your truest form and your truest self, so they can see that when you bring this conversation over, communicate with them. And this goes for everybody. So this goes for singles. This also goes for people in relationships, because that is one of the first and foremost things that you have to do to be able to attract. One of the biggest universal laws. Well, yes, one of the biggest universal laws here is being able to attract. Like attracts like, right? So if you can't have the same self-love and self-gratitude for yourself and self-worth of the time and energy that you spend giving to others, you need to be able to give that to yourself as well and allow those energies to move forward with yourself. And they tell me to pull one more for you guys here. It's because this is what we want to avoid here. this is coming. They're telling me you want to avoid it, but this is coming. And this is going to be that conversation you need to have. It is time to move. This chaos and conflict is coming in the internal space, as well as in the external space, physical reality. There's going to be some changes that have already come in place that are going to shift and move you, and they want you to be prepared in a stable space to be able to be in a solid foundation of my self-love, my self-worth, so that way you can move forward stronger, more confident, more understanding that these things had to happen and these things needed to happen to put you in this place that you're going to be in 2021 further on. So there are going to be, they're saying, some conversations, some arguments, there's some disputes, they said finances. So these things are going to be talked about, rearranged and cleaned up in the beginning of this year. And some of these are going to last. So this is going to be a time of inner strengthening, inner reflection, being able to clean up the self, so that way when these conflicts come, as well as the changes you want to make for your love to be able to bring it in, you can stand in a space of, this is what I deserve to have in all areas of abundance in my life here in 2021. Because you are blessed, and you know that, and you need to stand in that and stand true to that with those people and those relationships here as you move forward. They really wanted you to understand, clean up the home, and it is time to move on for some of you. All right, my Cancer Decan 2 friends, it is time to bring the power back into self in our new year here in 2021. I want to thank you guys for tuning in here to I Am Powered by Love TV for our Soulmate SoulScope messages here. If this does resonate with you around the love or abundance and these changes, drop that emoji down below here, and also let us know what parts resonate with you the most, because we love to engage and hear exactly what's going on with you guys, because we want to help you grow. This is why we do what we do. We want to see you guys blossom into those beautiful selves that you know you are. And also, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button, like, and get all those things, so that way you get all of our great content here, all of our soulmate soul scopes, our soul messages, pick cards, elements of love. And I'm going to be Josh here, sending you guys much love and light, and I'm signing out.
Happy New Year to all my Decan 3 Cancers friends. As you know, I'm rocking with you guys. So this is going to be your soulmate soul scopes from January 1st through the 15th, and all my Decan 3s whose birthdays are the 13th through the 22nd. As you know, if you didn't know, I'm July 16th, so give me a shout out and let me know what day you reign in, all my Decan 3s, and let's get started. All right, all my Decan 3 friends, giving you all that love, light, and sensation out there. I was just telling everyone in productions, this is going to be Cancer Decan 3's year. It's a hostile takeover worldwide, so let's get it started. Let's see where you guys are right now. We know we've had a little bit of work happening and going on in December. Oh, well, let's see. Go the distance. All right, so that's where we are right now. That little guy just fell out just quietly. So this is about what really matters to you in the relationship. Really being able to see what the truth of the long haul is with this person. And for those who are single and dating, being able to see from a different perspective now what is most important to you in a relationship. You know, we get short-term results because we have short-term thoughts, this person needs to make me, feel this. And I need to know that this person hears me and sees me, only gets us a very short term version of that. And when we go into the relationship with this person is going to make me a better version of myself, then we also get shortchanged there. So let's look at what do you need to know in regards to this long going the distance for the long term high end result of manifesting above all that you're even asking for right now with this person, and the life that you want to live, not just in the relationship but as yourself, and fully actualizing who you are, your voice, your impression in the world. You have to take a new look at who you are becoming, and let the things that are falling away in your life fall away. Stop trying to clutch to the past. When things are starting to crumble around you, then you have to allow them to fall away and accept that it had its time in your life. It taught you the lessons that you needed to in order to grow. Stop grieving the past and what you had. And not just with the person that the relationship seems to be at a closure. Because when you hold on, trying to have hope that this person is going to change their way of thinking and come around to being the person that you need them to be so you can be a better version of you, you can also see more clearly that they are allowed to be who they are, and you have to accept them as they are. And if the chapter is closing here, then we have to see how we built this house and why the house is now crumbling down. And instead of trying to run back into the fire, just let it burn. Ain't that what Usher said? So now we have to allow the opening of a new way of going about things. So now we're learning to adjust and adapt. And what Cancer does best is adaptability, better than any other sign, because we're ruled by the moon. And so we're better able to become flexible with the circumstances. And now this is where we're ascending from the place where comfort zone is best, and understanding that everything is changing. And it has to change in order for you to grow, then make room for, I'm going to give you guys an analogy here, because when you plant the seed for a pine tree, it starts off as a little seedling, but as we know, pine trees not only do they get exorbitantly big, but because of pines and pine nuts, they tend to grow like weeds. And so you plant one, you're likely to have 10 trees in your yard. So we also have to excavate, which is why the wind of change is here. We've got to be able to excavate all that's falling away to rebuild on solid, fertile ground. And we've got to clear sacred space, not just in our hearts from the past, but we got to be flexible enough to bend into the future that we're creating. You with me? And here we are, because we are cleaning up a cycle now, and we are closing out energy, which is why now we're incorporating the soul growth and the life cycle, that earlier part. So if you didn't see it, you need to make sure you go back and take a look at it, because this is why we're adding this now, so you can understand the energies that you are creating in the right now, and the lessons that didn't get completed, or the growth moments that should have happened that you weren't aware of maybe in the moment, but now your soul is ready to say, okay, you're strong enough now to close the book on this, start a new book, write a new chapter, and move your life forward by closing this out. And as you're going through all the events, seeing where you need to say, I'm done with this pattern, I am done with this way of being, I'm done with this belief, I'm done with this feeling, and now I'm ready to reframe all of my perspectives about it. And I'm going to give you a classic. Maybe you were told that all men are dogs, that there isn't anybody left, that maybe you're believing now that all men are, they're dating another race over your own race, or maybe all the good men are gone. That's a good one. So maybe you've experienced this thought and belief that they're not choosing you because you believe that to be true, when really the deepest belief was, I don't believe that I'm good enough or worthy of being loved. And they're asking you to go back and close out these deeper things, which is why things are starting to fall apart now. And the wind of change is asking you to see very clear exactly what it is, and being flexible while these changes are happening around you. And now we're cleaning up. So when things fall apart, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a building explode, but I have. And so when they did demolition of building, there is fallout, and although it's a structured falling away, there's still a crew that comes in and picks up all the debris of the building that was there. So now we have to pick up brick by brick by brick and make room. This is that sacred space. We're making room now for the new castle, the new fortress, the new empire, the new you. This is all sacred space. You. These aren't necessarily houses and cars and things. You have to be the building that is rock solid as your true and authentic self. So we've got to clean that up. What? Building blocks. So now we're going to start rebuilding, which is why we have to have super clear thinking. So again, I'm going to ask you to make sure that you go back and listen to the soul cycle, that soul growth, because you are now having to definitely take a deeper look here at how and what it is you want to construct and your why. I love that here it is, all the things that are happening that you have to complete. And now you're going to be walking in the serendipitous flow of synchronicities and alignments, and knowing that you can't control them anymore, and allowing this to fall away with a certainty that they are going to be replaced without falling into the darkness and the thoughts of victimhood, just trusting that the pure alignment is going to slide that yellow brick under your foot every time you take a step forward. You have to know that when you are walking on water, that every step of the way there is a hand that is going to guide you, and they're wanting you to watch this happen. This is how miracles get made. We all think that this happens, but we are the miracle. And opportunities and door openings and avenues opening up to us, windows opening up, pour out a blessing comes from this. And trusting that everywhere you turn is going to work out, because you've cleaned up the space that, as we talked about, and those of you who are just coming around, last month there was a video that we did for Decan 3 about sweeping up your shit. And so we're still now in the process of cleaning up, but observing what you have allowed to fall away, what you are clearing, and observing and watching the universe match you step by step based on your intention to grow it forward. They're wanting you to stay away from those deep, darker energies, protect yourself as well. Don't go back into this relationship, because they're also saying that this person is equally as toxic. And we want to be very clear that as you're healing and it's your time to heal, allow this healing to merge you into a synchronicity and an alignment at this time. So observe that this person may try to pull you back in, or that you may feel more inclined to going back and forth, feeling euphoric, and then, oh, this isn't working out, and giving up too soon before the miracle, before the manifestation can actually take place. If you do all these things, then you are going to reach yourself in a space of where you can have all the coffers of abundance, and not just love, but also be able to manifest in a deeper, more powerful way everything. So we have to clean up the past, and we cannot let the past hold us back, because as we start building the new building blocks, we're going to see the synchronicities come in, and knowing that we should not, and we don't want to control the part that the universe will do in the creator, as we are co-creators, and just watch it happen. And they're cautioning you here not to go backwards, and not to be caught up back in what the illusion looks like and going backwards in any way. Keep going forwards, moving forwards, go the distance. If you want it all, then you're going to have to be patient and allow this to come, because there it is. It is on its way, and you have to be steady in releasing, clearing, and cleansing. To all my Decan 3s, we've got a little bit of work to do right here at the beginning of the year to set it all up. Let's set it up together. All right. Synchronicities, signs, and wonders come when we make room for our best and highest authentic self to come through. And we're looking at not just a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but the whole kit and caboodle, everything that we can ever imagine or even desire and think we shall have. So let's move into the new year with some clear, crystal clear energy. And to all my Decan 3s, if this resonated with you, I want you to drop the emoji here. And if the money and abundance resonated with you, drop this and let everyone know that you watched the whole video all the way through, and leave us your comments and feedback. We want to grow together with you, and we want to connect. This is about where we are all going, not just in individuals, but where we are all going as humanity. So we're here for you. Don't forget to subscribe and then hit the notification bell so that you can get notified of all, not just only your soul scopes, but the soul seekers, the elements of love, as well as the pick a card and all the new content that's coming forward in 2021. Stay tuned, stay excited, and stay blessed. I'm Demi, and namaste.